All right, that's okay. Let's move on. Beto O'Rourke was on a Chris Cuomo show.
Ending this epidemic is the president and his, quote, cowardice. He is here exclusively to make the case. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Chris, for having me on.
All right, so let's state the proposition. Are you, in fact, in favor of gun confiscation?
Yes, when it comes to AR-15s and AK-47s, weapons designed for use on a military battlefield, the high-impact, high-velocity round that is fired from those weapons, when it hits your body, expends all of its kinetic energy.
You know what hits? By the way,
I'm sorry. Does he understand kinetic energy works in handguns too? Does he think it's exclusive to rifles?
First of all, Gambit's not done making his point. Okay,
You're right.
Secondly, you know what else? You know what kills way more people with its kinetic energy and moves really fast and kills people all the time?
The Flash.
Cars operated by drunks. No, I'm being serious.
That also involves kinetic energy. You're right.
Cars operated by drunks actually kill 10,000 people a year, which is far more than any mass shooting in history. You ever thought about that? Robert Francis O'Drunk?
It expends all of its kinetic energy, destroying everything that's
I know,
inside. And I've met
playing
those
cards, and then when you run out of those, he's got like a bow staff.
And you know the worst part is he loves Rogue, but he can't kiss her.
He can't ever
because
touch her.
he'll take the powers away, and then he'll die.
It's so sad.
R.I.P. O'Rourke.
And then she has to like pretend to be rough on the outside and not love him back, but she does.
But she, of course, she loves him. She's protecting him.
She wants to make it easy for him.
She's protecting him.
But no matter how much she pushes him away,
that only makes him want her more because Gambit's probably a rapist.
he's basically just a repackaged Pepe Le Pew.
Yes,
if we're being fair,
You're right.
he's just Pepe Le Pew with powers.
Sorry, Beto, you were saying guy who's never going to be president?
destroying everything that's inside. And I've met those who've survived fire from an AK-47. I've met those who've lost a family member. That belongs on the battlefield, does not belong in this country. So
Now, do we use the AR-15, Mike? Does our military use the AR-15? Okay.
He's actually...
What battlefield? The game?
Yeah, first of all, whatever. This guy's so dumb.
But watch, he actually gets pushback. Out of all the people to give him pushback, watch this.
So when it comes to those weapons, Chris, the answer is yes. But when it comes to firearms used for hunting or self-defense...
Why does Chris Cuomo look like he's always about to get into a fist fight? Look at him. He looks like he's about to just fucking punch somebody. Why is he so angry all the time?
The answer is no. And I don't want you or anyone else to get into the fear-mongering that some have fallen prey to, saying that the government's going to come and take all of your
I don't want you to get into the fear-mongering?
guns. What we are talking about exclusively is weapons of war that have no place in our homes,
hear you.
no place on our streets, and should remain on the battlefield.
I hear you. We'll talk law first and then politics. It's not about fear-mongering. You just said it, Beto. You said you're going to confiscate guns. I don't think you can do it legally. The Heller case makes it pretty clear that there's an individual right to own, and I don't think we've ever seen the U.S. government do a taking of private property like what you're suggesting. So I'm not fear-mongering. I'm repeating what you're saying.
So you listen to a justice like Antonin Scalia, you know, not the most liberal justice who'd served on the Supreme Court. And even he found that there is no absolute guarantee under the Second Amendment, and that the government does have a power.
This is, you know, I have people that are, I have people that are pretty far left, friends of mine, that have messaged me and go, look, man, Beto's a fucking idiot. There's certain things that you could get away with pushing and saying. When you start fucking around with amendments, that's when people are like, nah, bro, no thanks. Because even on the left, even though the left wants the government to take care of them, I think everybody inside of them has an inherent distrust for the government, right? Like, you have to, right? If you've ever dealt with the government, if you've ever worked in the government, you have to have an inherent distrust. There's something in us that just makes us fight that.
I'm Ron Swanson when it comes to that shit.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't trust it at all.
To regulate those kinds of weapons that are extraordinarily unusual or
unusual? The AR-15 is unusual in what way?
Deadly. And an AR-15 or an AK-47 like the one used in El Paso, and I'm grateful that you came to El Paso and
Look at him signaling now. Look at him trying to get him on his
and
side.
met some of those victims for yourself. In under 3 minutes, 22 people were killed, dozens more grievously injured in 3 minutes, because that's what that AK-47 was designed to do.
Nobody will argue with you with the unique killing capabilities of these weapons. What has been experienced.
I mean, some people might argue with him.
Come on, Chris. We know that's not how you talk.
Yeah.
We heard how you talk.
Hey, I'll fucking break your legs.
Hey, you got a fucking problem? I'm walking here.
Country is horrible. You and I stood next to each other at one. I have been.
We
to
sucked
dozens.
each other's dicks. You called me Fredo. It was okay when you did it.
So I get you on that. But just to be clear on the law, and I'll get with you on the politics, but on the law, he said, yes, you can have regulations. But remember what they struck down. You couldn't even tell people how to store their weapons, disassembled. And he says weapons in common usage get the protection of an individual right. The AR-15, for good, bad, or indifferent, is the most commonly owned in the country.
Yeah. Chris, I'm willing to fight that one all the way to the end. Because
But hold on. No. And Chris Cuomo's a fucking asshole. But he is right when it comes to this. They're talking about a decision, a Supreme Court decision that was made. Saying, I'm willing to fight that one to the end. No. It's already been fought to the end. They've already come to the conclusion.
You fought to the end several times already.
Yeah. It's already happened. It's already happened.
because it is not common. It is unusual.
No, it is common. As he just said, it is the most commonly bought rifle. Am I correct? Rifle in the country.
Yes, it's the number one
So-
rifle gun in America. Yeah.
So it is very common.
And again, just a guy being a dude in the chat says more people die slipping in their bathtubs every
Yeah.
year than buy an AR-15. And I will do you one better. And I say this one every time. Okay? Like 30 plus times more people die in drunk driving accidents. So I don't want to let this drunk driver tell
Right.
me that I can't own an AR-15.
You know that-
By the way, I'm a drunk driver. I was a drunk driver. I got
But here's the difference. The police say that he also tried to flee the scene.
There you go. So I can't, in good conscience, allow a guy who would drunkenly operate a motor vehicle, putting thousands of lives at risk on the road, and then flee the scene when he knows he's in trouble. I can't allow my Constitution to be shredded up by a man of such questionable moral character.
You're right.
I mean, you could have killed somebody. By the way, great freeze frame.
Oh, yes, thank you.
You could have killed someone, Beto.
That's really good. Freeze frame, his tongue's out.
Nick, Point of Privilege is asking, Beto got a DUI. He got a DUI, and he had burglary charges. This man
Yes.
is not in a moral position to tell any of you what the fuck to do with your lives.
He got a DUI burglary, you're correct, and two officers, it's been reported, claimed that he was trying to flee the scene. They never pushed it on that, I guess, because his lawyer, they got a deal and whatever.
Because he's a golden boy.
Yeah, remember, when he did that, he was James Francis. They help you out more when you're a James Francis and talk to a lawyer. He didn't become Beto till later.
Robert, isn't it Robert Francis?
Robert Francis, sorry. Well, I don't know, some fucking normal
Get your
white
Irish
name.
names right.
Yeah, I apologize. Hey, you mean Mexican?
Robert Francis O'Rourke sounds like one of 7 brothers that died on a Navy ship in like World War II.
Well, what I said
Hey, the old O'Rourke brothers. Hey, they were all on one boat.
was like somebody that would work for Nookie Thompson.
Exactly. And they would call him Beto, too.
Of course they would. Nick Spence